So now that I have an Xbox One, I guess it's time that I actually properly review it as opposed to just talk about it existing in my life or something like that. So we're actually going to do a proper review today. And again, just like the Wii U review I did last year, it's not going to be, fucking Linus Tech Tips style of, extreme quality here. I'm just going to give you my take on the console essentially and run you through it. Even though I'm quite sure at this point you are very much familiar with the console, I'm going to give you my take on it. Things that maybe other people wouldn't cover because they think that no one cares, when in reality, a lot of people actually care about some small things. So today, we're going to go into doing all kinds of shit with this thing. I'm gonna go even as deep as the fucking animations for achievements and shit like that, maybe. Things that most people wouldn't even talk about, so let's get right into it. So I'm not gonna waste your time telling you how the console looks, because you already know that. I'm going to talk to you about how it plays, how it functions, what the experience is like playing it. I'm not going to give you anything you already know. I'm going to try and give you information, things that you don't know, as someone who might be looking into the console, and I'm going to give you possibly some reasons to pick it up. So the first thing that I'm going to get onto right now that a lot of people don't seem to talk about very much is the actual sound output of the console, like, the physical, like the fans running and the drive spinning and everything like that. So we're actually going to talk about that here for the first segment. So I figured I'd get this bit of the video done before I have to turn on my PC and have the fucking jet engines of fans on the radiator running. So I can demonstrate to you how quiet this system is. So right now my microphone isn't hooked up or anything, and my voice is going to sound pretty gross because I don't have my proper microphone hooked up because my PC ain't on. So yeah, mic quality is a bit shit right now, but it should still pick this up. So if I go in here, nothing. Abso-fucking-lutely nothing. Like, yeah, you can hear the hard drive clicking away sometimes. You can usually hear it if it's like fucking silent. You can just barely hear the humming of the fans if you're really close to it. But yeah, even when playing a really intensive game like Far Cry 4, this thing is fucking silent. I can't hear it at all, which is really fucking neat. I really like that, because, well, I don't like something that's fucking loud, you fucker. But yeah, so, yeah, that's a really cool thing about this console. They didn't sacrifice on the cooling, but at the same time, they did it so that it wasn't ridiculously loud and overkill, which I really do enjoy. This thing does not fucking overheat, like, at all. That fan in there is actually quite efficient, so it's got plenty of fucking vents so that they can, not have another red ring issue. Because with the red ring issue on the 360, it's sort of like they knew their console was faulty, but they pushed it out anyways, and they just gave you a way to know when they fucked it up real bad. So, glad to see they didn't do that this time. But yeah, that's a bit of a sound test. I know this place is a mess. I'm sorry. Jesus Christ. Alright, so right now we're actually going to get straight into the Xbox app for Windows 10. I do believe it only has this functionality for Windows 10. I don't know what kind of functionality it has for Windows 8, but I do know that Microsoft is very focused on associating Xbox One with Windows 10, so I'm assuming you don't get this functionality on Windows 8, so I apologize if you're using Windows 8. I don't know what to tell you. Get Windows 10. I don't like Windows 10 as much as I thought I would, but it's still a competent operating system. Even though it has its problems, it still works most of the time. But yeah, we're actually going to get right into the Xbox app and its functionality and all that crap. So over here, right on this side, you have all your games that you've played over the years on PC and Xbox. That includes Steam games. Some of them at least. Yeah, and around achievements, you just have all of this wank that shows you achievements for all the games and how you're doing relative to everyone else throughout the day or whatever. Game DVR, if it'll load here. This is where you're gonna find all of your game clips and screenshots that you get on Xbox One, that you take on Xbox One. but for whatever reason they don't seem to be appearing here right now, but we'll figure that out later, I guess. The trending tab is just shit that's popular on Xbox Live right now. You have no control over this. It's basically trends. It's like on Twitter, when shit's trending on Twitter, it's the same thing, only on Xbox Live. And then, of course, the store. It is a store for Xbox shit. That's should be relatively easy to figure out. And then you have One Guide, which should be able to load your TV listings if you have your cable box or satellite box hooked up to your television. So what you can do is you can actually control it from either your phone, which I will demonstrate later, or your PC. So if you have your PC, like your laptop in front of you, and it's a Windows 10 computer and it has the Xbox app on it, you can sign into this and you can actually use it as a remote that will send a signal to your Xbox to tell your cable box, hey, fuck ass, do this. So I can actually go through every single channel and see what's on right on my PC. I don't have to deal with the pain in the ass remotes that my cable box has and all that stuff. So search for a game, that's pretty simple. You search for a game with it. Connection here, it just sort of shows you what state your Xbox is in, which Xbox you're connected to. It gives you the option to use sort of a virtual controller. It gives you the option to use a remote control to control One Guide and all of that stuff. So that's pretty neat. Now, let's get on to the thing you're probably all particularly interested in, and that is the actual streaming. How does it work? You may not have seen any demonstrations. Well, I'm going to give you one right now. I'm going to cut the shit, and we're just going to open it right away. So first, it's just going to open it, like that, and then it'll give you a message that you can basically just ignore because you're streaming it from your Xbox anyway. And I do apologize for how it looks right now. It looks a little pixelated. So, if you are running in a 720p 32-inch TV like I am, what you're going to want to do when you're streaming it to your, say, 1080p PC is you're going to want to go into display and sound video output and then just set that to 1080p, and it will look a hell of a lot better. You'll still notice it because it still is streaming over the network. It won't look as clear as it would if you were properly natively running it, but it still looks fine if you are relatively far away, or if you're a good distance from your monitor, you won't really notice it. By the way, wallpaper, if you're questioning why that's there, that's because I'm a massive av geek. That is a Boeing 787 Dreamliner, and well, they don't call me Tar Aviator for no reason. I've been a student pilot for some time now, and yeah, that's my favorite aircraft, so learn a little bit about me. I don't fucking know. But let's cut the shit and go straight into Far Cry 4 and see how that streams. I've already got it running, so that's not a problem. Let's actually start playing the motherfucking thing now. I'm gonna have to turn the damn volume down here. But yes, it is looking exactly like this on my TV. It is streaming just fine. It looks fine. I mean, it's what you would expect. It actually works. It does its job very well. Surprisingly, I did try this once while also using Groove Music, and it crashed, so don't be running a bunch of different things at once on your Xbox while trying to stream a game, because it may crash. But just streaming games alone, it works just fine. It's actually a very smooth experience, so I can just, it's actually, I'm trying to find any royal armies that I can fucking kill, but, not having any luck here. Oh, God. But yeah, it works just fine. Like, I can drive and I don't get any frame rate drops or anything like that. It runs perfectly fine, 30 FPS, as you would expect on the Xbox One. It works perfectly fine. It may not look amazingly fucking well or anything like that, because there is a little bit of artifacting, because again, it is streaming over the network, but it does definitely work. And it works very well, and I'm glad that they added this feature, because it's something that really they didn't need to do. So that's cool of them. It's cool that it actually works. I really appreciate this feature. It's awesome for when you just want to, sit back in front of your PC and play a game or something like that. Or if you're somewhere else in the house, like you're in a different room, and you can still stream it to that PC over the network. So it'll still work very well. And no, my Xbox One right now is connected through Wi-Fi, so it's still streaming just fine. It doesn't have a hardline connection. It doesn't have, a Cat 5e, cable in it at all. It's going pretty much almost entirely wirelessly, which is wonderful. It's working incredibly well. So there's the demonstration of that. So now we're going to get onto mobile, which is much of the same thing. So basically, I'm just going to go on to where I have my Xbox app installed. I'm going to click on that, or tap it rather. I'm down with the kids. But yeah, wait for that to load. It should, load right away. If you're signed into your app, it will ask you to sign in the first time, of course. It won't just automatically detect your Xbox and then sign you in. Because of that, you do have to sign into it and then detect your Xbox. So yeah, if it'll load here, it's taking a while. There we go. There's the dashboard. There's where everything, goes down. There's where all the shit is. It's pretty much the same experience that you get on the PC app, only it's crunched down to a mobile device. So I can go on, say, One Guide here, and I can open that, and I can use my phone as a remote, and if it'll load the stuff here. It's acting a bit slow because I am running a screen recorder on my phone, but yeah, it works just fine. You just select what you want to watch, and it sends the signal to your cable box, and the cable box, well, it changes the channel. So you really do have pretty much all the same shit on the Xbox app for Android and iOS that you do on the one for Windows 10. Only the one on Windows 10 is obviously a desktop interface, so there's not really that much different here. Okay, so let's actually get on to the interface itself. It's very reminiscent of what you had on the Xbox 360, only it's a little bit different, but it's generally the same thing. So you just have all these different menus. You've got far less than you did on the Xbox 360, but there's more packed into each of those levels, I'll call them, each of the categories. So at first you have home. Let's get into this first. This right here is basically your user control panel of sorts. Here you have all of your friends. You obviously have your profile there. You can go through all sorts of things there. You can go directly to your profile page from there, but we're not going to do that yet. You've got your friends here. You've got party chats and things open like that here. You've got your achievements here. You've got messages here. You've got notifications here, and you can go to your settings and turn off, restart console, etc. here. So now we're just going to get back to the home screen itself. So here we have all of the meat of the Xbox One, essentially. You have where you launch your games, what's currently running in the background, which for me is settings. You have Groove Music, which is just what's on my thing personally. Your experience here will differ depending on what apps you have, which ones you've used most recently. Those will show up here. Basically, the most recently used apps show up right here. There's usually 4 of them, at least for me. Down here, these are your pins. You can change these at will, so you can just sort of press Y to move pins. You can also add pins if you want. I would do the TV thing, but for whatever reason it doesn't want to work, so I'm going to demonstrate this. So if I try to stream TV to my PC, it won't let me. It'll say that it's not available to stream to PC. See, it'll work there for a second, but then it'll give me the error message. It's done this plenty of times before. I don't know why this is such a problem, but it really shouldn't be, to be honest with you, but it apparently is. So now I just got to get out of there and not go back, because it's kind of pointless at this point. But you can still just watch TV normally when you aren't streaming, so it works fine normally. Here's community. This is just all Xbox Live stuff, things that are happening with your friends and all of that stuff. It's just basically an Xbox Live overview dashboard thing. One Guide is where all your TV and content viewing stuff shows up. Like, you got Amazon, you've got all ESPN, you've got Microsoft Movies and TV, you got YouTube, and then you can just go and watch TV, watch your movies, whatever from here. This is basically just your content consumption area of the dashboard, or home screen as it is currently called. Then here's the store. Again, it is a store for buying shit on Xbox Live. We all know how that works. And then the last page is usually, from what I can tell, just sort of a promotional thing for new games that are coming out or whatever. In this case, it's Battlefield 1, a game that I'm actually quite interested in. So, hey, you might see some gameplay soon. I don't fucking know. But yeah, that's basically the home screen in a nutshell. It's actually a lot
less clunky than I heard it used to be. When Xbox One first launched, I heard it was actually really fucking terrible. So there you go. Animations are quite nice. So even, the animations when you get like an achievement, they're actually very fluid, nice looking animations. They look really neat. Another thing I should mention, when you turn on the console, it does make a chiming noise, as well as when you turn it off. And again, you have two options for the console's power. You can have it on instant on, which basically always has the console in a somewhat on mode. It's like in standby, where it will still receive updates, it will still do all of that sort of shit, it will still patch your games while you're not using it, and it will turn on very, very quickly and immediately sign you in. Now, if you use a power saving mode, then it just takes longer to boot up, and it will still sign you in immediately if you choose it to do that. So there you go. So we're going to go into all settings now, and it seems it's very reminiscent of what you get in the current Windows 10 settings menu. This does feel very Windows 10 because it is built around it. So, of course, you already saw the video output, volume, audio output thing. You can go to account where you can, change all of your account information. I'm not going to be doing this because this is private information. So fuck off, you're not seeing that. Personalization, you can just edit your profile, your color and background like I did. I have the Boeing 787 Dreamliner as my wallpaper. That's how I did it. You put like pictures on a USB drive, and you put the USB drive in there, or you can use OneDrive for that, I do believe. I did use OneDrive so I could listen to my music library on Groove Music so that I can play games and listen to my music at the same time. That does work through Groove Music, so there you go. Here's the network settings. That's pretty self-explanatory. You just go into there and you sign up, your Wi-Fi and shit and all that wank. There's my SSID. If you want to hack the planet or something, I don't fucking know. System, this is just updates, language and location, time, storage, all that kind of shit. Cortana settings, if you have a Kinect, which you most likely don't because Kinect is pretty fucking bad. Then you have, again, Kinect settings. Power and startup, this is where you change things like those always on or, modes like that. And you've got all your basic preferences for notifications, game DVR and streaming, Xbox app connections, preferred video provider, all of that wank. Preferred video provider, I have it set to YouTube, I believe, so whatever. There's one guide stuff, there's all of this wank. I'm pretty sure you can understand how this works. Here's the Blu-ray and disc settings. Here's the ease of access settings if you are disabled and you happen to need these. If you're 98 years old and you're for whatever reason fucking using an Xbox One, these settings are available to you. So or you have like a disability of any kind, they do have these ease of access settings there for you. So that is essentially the Xbox One's software in a nutshell. If there's one thing I really enjoy about having this functionality here for streaming is that I don't need to buy an expensive game capture card to capture Xbox One footage. I can just do that by streaming it over the network and using a screen recorder while it's doing that. I don't have to use an expensive-ass screen recorder, which saves me a lot of money. It may not look as lossless as, using a fucking $3 billion, capture card, but I really don't care that much, to be honest with you. It still does the job just fine. Most people aren't going to give a single fuck. So, yeah, I actually really like that functionality. I'm going to be using it a lot for getting game footage for the channel, for when I'm like talking, normal discussion videos and stuff like that. So that's great functionality. I really like that. So now let's actually get on to something very important, the controller.
So, the controller, mine's a little bit dirty because I've been eating pizza and all that shit all weekend. Well, I really like how this controller feels. It's a lot like the Xbox 360 controller, only it's a bit, I'd say, wider this way. Because holding the Xbox 360 controller, it feels a bit more flat in the hand, if you get what I mean by that. I can actually grab it. Oh. And, actually give you a side-by-side comparison. So yeah, there they are, both next to each other. You can see that the Xbox One controller is actually just a little smaller, it seems, than the Xbox 360 controller. Do with that information what you will. My hands aren't that big, but they're not that small either. So
it's fine for me. I just do feel that the Xbox 360 controller does feel a bit more flat. But one thing I do like that they've replaced on the Xbox One controller is the fact that they don't have the fucking battery bump there anymore. It just goes straight in here. So even if you have the charge and play pack, it still just goes right in here, and there's no bump getting in your goddamn way and cramping your hands. So, because I'd have to sort of do this and cramp my hands in there, and yeah, it was not pleasant. So, joysticks feel great. D-pad is a massive fucking improvement over this piece of shit. Buttons look really nice, very attractive, all of that wank. You have the start and select buttons, or what replace the start and select buttons, or whatever you want to fucking call those. I don't know. You have this button right here, which is not touch sensitive. I thought it was for the longest time, but it's not. It's actually a proper clicky button. You got your bumpers here that feel like bumpers. You've got your triggers here that feel fucking fantastic. And another reason behind why they feel fantastic is because there's actual vibration motors inside the triggers, so that when something really fucking intense is happening, like for instance your fucking village is getting shelled in Far Cry 4, you know, you really, really fucking feel it. Like, you will know damn well when it's the impulse triggers going and not just the normal vibration. You will know. You will motherfucking know. It really cranks on your hand. It's really awesome to get that kind of feedback. And that's something I've missed about console gaming lately is feedback. You know, controllers give you feedback. They give you vibration. You feel those buttons going in and, you know, all that fun shit. So yeah, controller, I really like it. Not the greatest controller I've ever used, I don't think, but I do like the controller. It's a very attractive design, and the new ones that look even better than this, that have grips on the back that you can get custom made, I'm going to get my hands on one of those soon. I would really like to have one because they look really awesome. Yeah, this is one of the original controllers. So yeah, there's a little bit of, like, I don't know what that is, but the previous owner must have, like, smoked an entire weed on his controller or something. I don't fucking know. But yeah, controller's great. It's hard to decide which one I prefer, so I'm just gonna let you guys do that for yourselves. So yeah, there you go. There's the controller.
It should definitely be known that gameplay on the Xbox One is just fine. I know there's a lot of people complaining about, oh yeah, it doesn't look as good as, you know, PC or PlayStation 4, but to be honest with you, it's a very, very, very marginal, unnoticeable difference when you're playing the console at its own and not just constantly comparing it to others. You're still getting the same experience, you're still having the same amount of fun, it's just a different system. You are not going to notice any of that crap. You really aren't. Unless you're trying to run it on like a 4K TV, you're not going to notice the jump in resolution or anything like that. So just don't worry about it. If you're going to buy this console, buy it for the functionality that it has. Same with any console. Buy it for the functionality that it has, based on what you want. I think that the Xbox One is a very solid console that offers a very good experience. So, well, that's why I bought one. And again, it was less expensive. So that's another incentive to buy the Xbox One right now. It is certainly less expensive than the PlayStation 4 and, of course, a PC. So, you know, do with that information what you will. It is still an incredibly solid console experience. You get Xbox Live, which is just fantastic. You get all the stuff you would expect from Xbox and a little bit more this time around. So don't worry about it not looking exactly as good as the PlayStation 4, because it's a difference that you are most likely not going to notice or care about, because once you are playing the game, you shouldn't really care, because all you should be worrying about is having fun with the game. So Xbox One is a great experience. I really do think you should pick one up if you ever get the chance. I very much am enjoying the console. It is definitely a sound investment, especially with where the Xbox division has gone in the past 3 years, ever since Phil Spencer went in there and kicked Don Matrick out. The team at Xbox has done an incredible job at turning the system around and making it a very viable player in the gaming industry today. So I definitely do say that you should get an Xbox One. And enjoy it. It has a lot of great features. It's a very great, solid experience. It's very reliable. It's very stable. To a lot of people, it may not be the most amazing looking thing ever, but there's one thing about it. It's very let's leave it at utilitarian. It's very functional. It may not be the most appealing thing to everybody, but it is very functional, and that's something that you don't get in electronics a lot nowadays. It may not be the most appealing thing ever, but it is very functional. What it does works, and it works incredibly well. So I do suggest you get the console again. Again, you're not going to notice a difference playing a fucking Xbox One compared to a PS4. Yes, the experiences will be different, the controllers and the, community and everything like that. But as far as graphics and things are concerned, to be honest with you, I'm real coming from a PC, a relatively high-end PC. I used to play Far Cry 4 all the time on PC. I'm really not noticing that much of a difference that's making me go, oh, that doesn't look as good. And I used to play Far Cry 4 on just about maxed out settings. So, yeah, it's really coming from a PC gamer who is playing Far Cry 4 on maxed out settings and then started playing Far Cry 4 on Xbox One. There's really no real difference. It's the same experience, only you're using a controller, basically, and you're using a console to get that experience. So don't worry about the whole resolution thing. Don't worry about the whole graphics things. And remember that resolution and graphics are two different things. Same thing with image clarity. Image clarity, resolution, and graphics are two or three entirely different things. Do your research before fanboying over either one of them. So there you go. Still a very solid experience. I miss console gaming, and the Xbox One has reminded me why. So there you go. There's my little review on the Xbox One. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you disliked it, well then do whatever the fuck you want. I don't really care. Remember to subscribe because that helps a bloody lot, and I will see you in the next one.